Associates High School Hoops, presented by Ritchie Law Firm. The journey to the championship begins tonight. First round action of the girls 4A state playoffs from Garner High School. It is the Athens Drive Jaguars against the Trojans of Garner. Good evening once again, everybody. Patrick Keenis alongside former ECU standout Jay Sohnhalter. And Jay, the road to either Reynolds Coliseum or the Dean Dome begins tonight. The 15 seed and the 18 seed, but anybody can win a state championship.
Yeah, Patrick, it's a brand new season. All those goals that you had in the preseason, now it's all coming to fruition. You want to play your best basketball tonight, and both teams really have to do a good job on the defensive end to lead to the offensive end of the court.
All right, we will see a couple of outstanding perimeter players on both sides tonight, Jay.
Hannah Malik for Athens Drive is an outstanding sharpshooter from beyond the three-point line. Her range is unlimited, averaging almost 18 points per game. She's committed to Washington and Lee. And not only is she a great player, she's a leader for the Jaguars. Over for Garner, the sophomore, Journey Kiaku. So quick, so athletic, over 21 points per game. She's going to push the tempo tonight. It's going to be important for Athens Drive to really get back in transition defense because she's going to try to fast break all night long.
All right, these teams have seen each other once before, but it's been a few months. Garner claimed an 18-point win. Let's talk about the keys for Garner and Athens Drive tonight.
Well, for Athens Drive, they've got to shoot the three-point ball at a high level. They have to be efficient to win this ball game, and then they need to win the boards. They're giving up a lot of size to Garner. They've got to box out. For the Trojans, defensive pressure. They're built on playing up tempo. They want to get after the ball and then fast break opportunities. They want to create easy shots for their high flying offense.
The Garner Trojans and Athens Drive Jaguars. 2 years ago, Garner won 2 games. They're the 15 seed with 19 wins this year. They try to knock out Athens Drive. Opening round action coming up from Garner.
It's the Hyundai President's Day sales event. Hurry in for monumental savings plus a mountain of Hyundai's best benefits. For a limited time, lease a Hyundai Tucson for $219 a month or get an Elantra with 0% APR for 72 months, now with complimentary maintenance.
When you recycle plastic bottles here in the Carolinas, you're a job creator. Your plastics are first sorted by a team of 100 at Sunoco, then a crew of 38 at Southeast Grinding turns those bottles into flake. The flake then becomes pellets at Easy Products, which employs 35, and those pellets are turned into fabric by the 195 employees of Palmetto Synthetics. Recycling plastic bottles here in the Carolinas employs an estimated 3,500 people. Your bottle means jobs.
I have always been inspired by possibility.
Taking elements that exist and putting them together to create something new. Through dance, through fashion,
And definitely at home.
that's what Rooms to Go is all about. One piece can inspire an entire room, and an entire room can inspire so much more. So be bold, mix and match, make it your own. Rooms to Go is real furniture for real people with real lives. I'm Julianne Huff, and this is what's possible at Rooms to Go.
Need a degree on your time? Need it fast? How's 0 to bachelor's in 2.5? Master's in 15 months. Fast, flexible, career-focused. ECPI University online. What are you waiting for?
It's the Hyundai President's Day sales event. Hurry in for monumental savings plus a mountain of Hyundai's best benefits. For a limited time, come in and lease a Sonata for just $199 a month.
Moments away from tip-off inside Trojan Coliseum in Garner, North Carolina. Opening round 4A Girls State Championship playoffs. It is Garner and Athens Drive. And we're ready to unveil the Lane & Associates starting lineups, brought to you by Lane & Associates. We love to make you smile. And first off, for Athens Drive, everything will go through the hands of Hannah Malik, one of the top three-point shooters in state history. Malik will have the ball in her hands a whole lot today. Perhaps the wild card, though, is Maddie Zotter, who did not appear in the matchup against Garner a couple of months ago. Zotter is averaging about 11 points a game, and she can knock down the three ball as well. Meanwhile, for the Garner Trojans, 2 years ago they were 2-21. Last year they returned to the playoffs for the first time in a dozen years, and now they're back. Home court advantage tonight as the 15 seed. And Journey Kyaku, a sophomore who is already over 1,000 and 1,100 career points. She's averaging almost 22 a game. She will lead the way for this high-powered Garner offense. The winner will get the number 2 seed, Wakefield, coming up in a few days. Garner finishing third in the SWAC 4A. Meanwhile, in the Tri-8, Athens Drive finished third, but they knocked off one of the co-champions twice, Hillside, who is enjoying a bye in the opening round as a 4 seed. There's a lot of potential here for Athens Drive. Ready to go. Our officials tonight, Eddie Gatson, Yasmin Akar, and Walter Savage in his 48th year refereeing. Puts the ball in the air, and a quick jumper on the baseline, knocked down by Kyaku, and it's 2-0 Garner.
That's what Garner wants to do. Up tempo, they want to get off quick shots if they have an opportunity, especially with Kyaku. They're going to take it.
And Zotter breaks the pressure, feeds to the inside, deflected out of bounds by Swin Baston underneath by Garner. Garner in the home white, and there's a look at the orange and blue of the Jaguars of Athens Drive. 15-11 this season. A jump ball near midcourt on the out-of-bounds throw-in, and our first foul of the night will be charged against Madison Mims, one of a couple of freshmen who will see significant playing time tonight for Garner.
Well, this is a young Garner team and a team that's got so much talent and good size for a young ball club, but new experience here. You've got a home playoff game for both teams. This could potentially be the last game of the season for the seniors, last game of their career in high school.
All right, so Garner will see a lot of man-to-man. We'll see if it's 3-2 and maybe some 2-3 zone if Athens Drive is unable to knock down perimeter shots. 2-0 Garner. Zotter hemmed in, fed down low, poked away, still loose. And Zotter unable to pry it away, and a steal by Wilkins of the Trojans. And they will look to attack every opportunity they get. And that one is out of bounds off of the Trojans. A lot of offense in transition for the Trojans.
And that's what they want to do. They want to push the ball up the court. Now, Athens Drive did get back in transition defense. 3 Jaguars, they're waiting in the paint for the drive.
And there's a big key. We talked with Allie Stevenson, first-year head coach for the Jaguars, and how important that was for her team to get back and play solid transition defense. This is Malik. Gives it up to Frank, and now a deep 3 from Zotter. Again, back in November when Athens Drive was beaten by 18 points by Garner. Both teams are much better now than they were then, but certainly the wild card with a healthy Zotter in the lineup. And a quick response by Wilkins, and it's 5-3 Garner.
It's going to be interesting to see the style of play for both teams, who can kind of impose their will and play their style.
That was a free ball. Fortunately, the Jaguars hold on to it, and there's a deflection and a steal by Kyaku, and they know only one speed. Get to the rim, reverse layup with some English, a little bit short, and Diaby clears the rebound for Athens Drive. Big move by Malik into the paint. She gets knocked over. Garner thought they had a block. Instead, there goes as a foul on Bastion. So almost a couple minutes gone by in this opening quarter. Garner 19-7, 8-4 out of the SWAC. And the Jaguars 15-11 and 8-6 out of the Tri-8s. So here's Hannah Malik as we get a look at William Stigler in his second year as he has revamped this prideful Garner Trojans program. And the first free throw is made by Malik. Now Malik, not only their top scorer, top distributor as well, and by all accounts, the leader of this program for the Jaguars. A couple of free throws, evens things up at 5. We will see a little bit of token pressure by Hicks in the back, by Frank in the backcourt for the Jaguars. Garner breaks it easily. And that baseline jumper is left short by Bastion. The rebound to Athens Drive.
Great box out by Zotter there to get the open space for the Jaguars to get the rebound.
And Zotter from distance. And the rebound to the Trojans. That's going to be a big key for the Jaguars. Can they somewhat stay level on the glass? Snaking through, and a foul on Athens Drive as Kyaku got to the rim. And the foul will be charged against DeLeo of Athens Drive.
With Garner, their game plan of pushing the tempo, they're going to continually attack the rim, get to the glass, a little bit of contact in the paint to get the foul call.
5-5 tie, 5:40 left opening quarter. Mims dumps it to the inside. Chenault gets to the rim and gets fouled. That's where one of the heavy advantages will be for Garner tonight. Diaby, the 6'2" freshman, number 40 for Athens Drive, collects the foul. Lower body, the block was clean up top. And a Wake Med free throw presented by Wake Med. Our patients and their families are at the hearts of everything we do at Wake Med. First free throw, no good from Chanel.
Shooting for the Trojans, number 12, Chanel.
The winner gets the 2 seed Wakefield later on this weekend. Chanel makes 1 of 2, and the Trojans reclaim a 1-point lead. And 4 defenders in the backcourt for Garner. A lot of congestion there. Malik almost mishandled it. And now an opportunity in transition if the Jaguars want it here, Jay. The question is, do they?
Well, once they break that initial wave of the press, there's a lot of open area. And in the backcourt, there's only 1 Trojan. So if they continue to be aggressive, make the right pass, they're going to have an opportunity for transition points.
They played through the high post a couple of times. Patient set, but again, a lot of flailing hands with the Trojan defense. Flashing high, DeLeo. Got her defender in the air, feeds down low. The shot was blocked, but Diaby got it back and can't knock it down in the second attempt. And here comes Garner, accelerating, 2-on-2. No foul called. Wilkins missed the shot, and Diaby clears the net. And a screen frees up Malik. She'll spot up for 3. Off the heel, and no friendly bounce on the road. And it's out of bounds to Garner.
As soon as Malik crosses half court, Patrick, the Trojans have to have a defender on her, because whether it's a fast break or it's in the regular half-court offense, if she's got an open area where she can get her shot off, she's got free range to take that shot.
And if there's a deep run here in the postseason for Athens Drive, she could clear 1,800 career points. She might have gotten a little piece of that three-point attempt, kept alive nicely by Diaby on the baseline. And here come the Jaguars looking for their first lead. A clean strip, though, by Madison Mims. And Garner goes up by 3. You cannot press pause for a moment if you're Athens Drive bringing the basketball up the floor.
Well, depth is going to be so important with this tempo for the Jaguars to make sure they can keep pace and keep everybody fresh.
With some risky passes here, Malik, a high arcing shot left short, and Garner tried to keep it alive, but the back of Wilkins was laying on the baseline. Just about halfway through this opening quarter, and this is about what we expected. 3-point threats from the Jaguars and the intense pressure by the great athletes from Garner. DeLeo will throw in. Zotter and Malik will overload. And Mims right in the pocket of Malik, number 5 in orange and blue. Little back cut. DeLeo took the pass. And an extra pass for a wide open Zotter. And it's been one and done basically for the Jaguars. Chenault clears the rebound. And the Jaguars do get back, trailing by 3 on the road. Skip to Mims, 3 on the way. Loose ball rebound. Diaby maybe got away with a little push. Ball springs loose, picked up underneath by Mims, and Garner goes up by 5.
But right now, Garner is getting all those second chance opportunities, getting the turnovers as well.
Here's Malik. Well, that's a tough attempt. Oh, wow. Just how good is she?
Just the spin and the arc to get that ball in with the outstretched arm in her face. Very impressive.
That's about as high a degree of difficulty you can find on a layup that close to the rim. 10-7, Garner by 3. Mims again, around and off. And the offensive rebound for Garner. The feed down low, Chenault. Terrific pass to the interior. And Chenault has her first field goal.
And those long rebounds are so tough. Athens was boxing out, but it bounced to the right area for the Trojans with a nice pass for easy 2.
And Athens Drive will take a timeout. 12-7 Garner, 2:48 left, opening quarter, opening round of the playoffs.
They've stormed beaches and freed countries. They've raised our flag and our hope. They've been called leathernecks. They've been called devil dogs. But above all, they're called Marines.
This right here is the new papadilla, which, if I'm not mistaken, is Latin for better than a sandwich. Even has a better pickle. Get a new papadilla for $6. Better ingredients, better pizza, better than a sandwich. Papa John's.
I got hurt in a car wreck. I expected the insurance company to be on my side, but instead, they were only looking out for themselves. That's when I decided to call Brian Ritchie.
In my experience, insurance companies almost always try to avoid paying injured people what's fair. That's why you need to call me. I don't get pushed around. We got a client who injured their hip in a car wreck, $185,000.
Brian Ritchie won for me.
I'm attorney Brian Ritchie, and I want to win for you.
Call 1-800-222-2828.
No, this ain't no sandwich, because on a sandwich, they ask you if you want cheese. But on a papadilla, cheese is what's holding the whole operation together. Get one now for just $6. Better ingredients, better pizza, better than a sandwich. Papa John's.
(12-7) lead for Garner, 2:48 left in the opening quarter. And the Garner Trojans again using their athleticism, their quickness, a lot of deflections in the passing lane as well, leading some opportunities in transition. And that timeout taken by Allie Stevenson, just trying to settle down her team. The message really was twofold. One was on defending the Garner Trojans, and the other was just kind of comforting the squad, saying, we're okay here, we're okay. Now, this is fairly new, but be mistake-free. And there's Malik for three. And the rebound underneath, grabbed by Garner, but a quick tie-up. And it will stay with Athens Drive. Garner up by 5. Garner working hard on the sideline. Zotter and Malik, the two big offensive threats for Athens Drive. This is Zotter. Diaby on the outside. Rory Mills, number 30 on the floor for the Jaguars. Long cross-court pass comes to Zotter, making Garner's defense work hard. And that shot comes up short. Chenault clears the rebound. And again, Garner pushing tempo. Quick release three, a little bit short by O'Funnian. Offensive rebound. And a foul on the inside going on Athens Drive. It'll be a shooting foul.
Again, loose balls not going to the Jaguars. Right here, drive into the lane. There's the contact, and when you attack the glass, as long as you have the angle, you're going in full steam ahead, and the defense is either going to clear the way for you, or you're going to get to the free throw line.
So 12-7 lead for Garner. A couple of free throws away. First one is short.
Number 15, Amira O'Funnian.
O'Funnian at the line. Checking in Kamaya Bell, 5'9" junior for Garner. These free throws presented by Wake Med. Our patients and their families are at the heart of everything we do at Wake Med. Both miss, and the rebound cleared by Jayla Murray, who's on the floor. Diaby just picked up a second foul, so their big rim protector, shot blocker, is on the bench with 2 fouls.
And that's going to be a huge loss, and we'll see how Garner attacks the paint with the height of Athens out of the ballgame.
Three-pointer missed out of the corner by Malik. And just one opportunity on the offensive end for the Jaguars in this opening quarter. O'Funnian strips. Malik protects. And here come the Jaguars up the floor. Long down the floor pass gets to Zotter. Across the lane with the left. Scooped it a little bit long. And the rebound rolls over the baseline and will stay with Athens Drive.
And Athens is still figuring out the zone defense that stretches out far out. There is driving lanes for the Jaguars. They're trying to move the ball around the perimeter. There's an open area, that's fine, but they do need to attack with the dribble.
Pass comes underneath, and a foul on the interior on Garner. Breaking free on the weak side was Jayla Murray. And the foul will go against Bell. Now, if you've been injured, call attorney Brian Ritchie, 252-777-7777, or go to ritchielawnc.com. So at the line, one of the 3 seniors on this squad, Jayla Murray. That makes it a 4-point game, her first point of the night.
Number 23, Murray.
Arkayla Massenberg on the floor, replacing DeLeo for the Jaguars. Trailing by 4, late state his first quarter. Athens Drive knocked out in the opening round of the Tri-A Conference tournament by Jordan. One of 3 separate losses this year to Jordan. But Athens Drive did knock off the co-champ in the regular season, Hillside, both times they met. So a very capable Athens Drive squad. Snaking in, shot looked a little bit short. Rebound pinballed right into the hands of Tia Moore. and a block, but a foul as well on Athens Drive.
Garner continuing to win the boards. Now Athens switched to his own defense, and Garner kind of found the open seam. The ball was up in the air coming off the rim. A good job again of attacking the glass and getting those second chance point opportunities.
So here's Tia Moore off of the bench, averaging about 2.5 points a game. And the first of two switches home. Great story behind the head coach here of the Garner Trojans, William Stigler, who was a high school referee for 15 years and in the U.S. Army for 23. Second free throw skims the rim. Rebound tracked down by Athens Drive.
He knows both sides, the coach and the official out on the floor.
He will respectfully take issue with certain calls, but he knows what it's like to be on the other side. Inside a minute, 13-9 Garner trying to defend the home floor on the opening round. Up 4 on Athens Drive. Extending the zone. Zotter with the only 3 of this opening quarter for Athens Drive. Nice look to the inside. Shot though blocked straight down by Athenian. Ball is loose and picked up by Kiaku. Full head of steam. Angles in. Dumped down pass. Beautifully left for biggest lead of the quarter for Garner at 6. And 3 defenders surrounding Malik. And a foul in the backcourt right in front of Allie Stevenson, the first-year head coach for Athens Drive.
I mean, you have to admire the aggressiveness of Garner, but 3 defenders right in the face of Malik. A lot of contact here, but if she could have gotten the ball over top, it was going to be a 4-on-2 opportunity. So Garner's got to trap, but they also have to play fundamentally sound defense as well.
Final 20 seconds, opening quarter. Zotter, a ball fake. Malik has had a tough time getting a clean look. And a pass did get through. Getting tripped as Massenberg lost her balance. And here come the Trojans. A beautiful lead pass that would have been a gimme layup for Kiaku, but she fumbled it over the baseline. That pass was a needle in a haystack, threaded beautifully. But a turnover by Garner. Still time here for Athens Drive. 7 seconds left in the quarter.
We'll see if Garner comes up here and tries to get the ball out of Malik's hand. Only 7 seconds left.
So Malik over the timeline with 5, a spin, a fake, and that was deflected. A 3-point shot picked up in the lane by Garner, and that will take us to the end of 1. As expected, high defensive intensity and pressure by the Garner Trojans. And as the 4A playoffs begin, Garner after 1 at home leads by 6.
Selling your home the traditional way can be a long process. You have to set the price, prep the house, paint the house, decat smell the house, fix this, replace that, list the house, have an open house. Let strangers rummage through your closets.
Oh, yes.
Get an offer, lose the offer, get another offer, accept it, close a month later, and then realize you could have had the same offer from Open Door months ago. So sell your house directly to Open Door and skip all the hassle. Get your free offer in 24 hours at opendoor.com.
There are moments in life you just can't miss. Maybe it's just around the corner, or years in the making. Wherever you're going, you need to trust your vehicle to get you there, or there. Trust that your car will keep you safe, your family safe. Creating trust in your vehicle means having a relationship with your auto repair shop. At Murray's Tire and Auto, we've been creating trust for over 30 years. Murray's Tire and Auto provides the security you need to get your car safely back on the road. Because we don't want you to miss those moments. Murray's Tire and Auto. Reliable, trustworthy service. It's our way of life.
Lehman Associates High School Hoops presented by Ritchie Law Firm. A look inside the huddle of Allie Stevenson and the Athens Drive Jaguars trailing by 6 at the end of 1. We are back inside Trojan Coliseum in Garner, North Carolina. Patrick Keenis, Jay Sonhalter, and Jay, the Jaguars had a very tough time getting free looks from Malik and Zotter. How was that addressed in the second quarter?
Well, going here in the second quarter, they need to find a way to get the ball into Malik's hand where she's not bringing the ball up the court, being the primary ball handler, because they're trying to stop her and force her to dish the ball off. So somebody else has to create for her to get her own open shot.
It looks like the first change we see for the Jaguars offensively. Zotter brought the ball up the floor, maybe trying to get Malik a little bit more on the wing. There's a strip clean at midcourt by Mims. Attacking Poe, puts it up to the rim, and a travel though. Well defended by Poe after the turnover. Anna Poe just subbed onto the floor for Athens Drive. Ramatu Diaby with 2 fouls for the Jaguars is back on the floor for Athens Drive. So a bit of a gamble here early for Allie Stevenson.
For Athens, I think on the defensive end, to protect her, they need to play a zone defense to kind of shield her away from the foul troubles.
Zotter misses a 3. And another one and done. Rebound to Wilkins. Still ushered up the floor for Garner. Jump pass right back to Wilkins. Deep wing jumper. And the rebound to Malik. Garner unable to set up his pressure defense here. Zotter on the baseline, attacks Wilkins. Locates Poe, wide open 3. And the Jaguars needed that one. A little stimulus off of the bench by Anna Poe. And it's a 3-point deficit for Athens Drive.
A nice shot from the corner with Zotter driving the baseline, bringing the defenders to her, create a wide open shot.
Straight on, off the heel, offensive rebound. Chanel threw it down low and broke it up nicely by Athens Drive's Maddie Zotter. Jaguars have not led. Over the timeline, Poe breaks the pressure. Frank on the baseline, hooks one out, deflected again, and will go into the sideline and stick with the Jaguars, who've seen a lot of dangerous, risky passes in the half-court offense for Athens Drive.
They have to be careful and kind of cognizant of where the defenders are because they're jumping in passing lanes. You almost have to use their aggressiveness against them with backdoor cuts.
And it goes to Diaby with 2 fouls. Turnaround jumper a little short. Loose ball near the hands and ripped out of there by Malik. And a second crack. Poe again ties the game. Key sub by Allie Stevenson. Anna Poe didn't play a second in the opening quarter. She's knocked down 2 threes the first 2 minutes of the second. And the Jaguars have drawn even. And that bounce pass right through the hands of Bastion. Another turnover by Garner.
With Poe coming in the ball game, she's coming in shooting the ball confidently, but also on the defensive end, she provides a lot of height and very active as well with her long wingspan in that zone defense.
Anna Poe, just a junior, averaging about 9 points off the bench, and Allie Stevenson said she's a scorer for us coming off of the bench, and that she is. 15 all. Malik, 4 points so far, averaging about 18 a game. Diaby to the sideline, and Poe nearly lost it, and then threw it away. Here comes Kiaku, angling in, had the perfect route to the hole, and Kiaku scores to give Garner a 2-point lead.
She's just got that extra gear with quickness, and this turnover problem for Athens right now because of this pressure. Again, really, they've got to find a way to stay calm and cool when they're bringing the ball up the court, because if they can break this pressure, there's some opportunities on the offensive end.
The trouble is, though, from time to time, they know the pressure is coming. They can hear the quickness. We get a foul on the inside on an attempt by Wilkins, and if this goes on Diaby, that's her 3rd, and it is on Ramatu Diaby, the team's top rebounder, one of the best offensive rebounders in the triangle, and with 5:22 left in the second quarter, 3 fouls. And she's about to depart. Wilkins to the line, rims the first one good. WakeMed free throw presented by WakeMed. Our patients and their families at the heart of everything we do at WakeMed. So Diaby back off the floor with 3 fouls. We certainly won't see her until the second half. Garner by 3 as Wilkins misses the back end. And another ill-advised pass was deflected, though, fortunately for the Jaguars. Seen a lot of one-handed passing, high risk. But again, they know the pressure's coming really from all angles at all times. We've seen traps on the sideline, traps in the post, traps out front, pressure full court after made buckets. Zotter there connects with her second 3 of the game. And we get a timeout taken by Garner. And somehow, some way, Athens has drawn back level. They made only 2 field goals in the opening quarter, but Poe has led the surge. 18 all, 5:04 left in the first half.
This is a murder mystery of epic proportions.
get this picture of a jealous guy, thinks she's got a lover, and bang, she's dead.
What possessed you to do that?
Could this be a murder for hire?
When you've got something that was this bad,
somebody's got to pay.
Dateline. Weekdays at 12 on MyRDC.
Welcome to the very definition of patient care. To the expertise and collaboration that bring new meaning to quality of life. To protocols that make possible enhanced recovery after surgery. Welcome to the best minds and biggest hearts in cardiovascular care. WakeMed Heart and Vascular Physicians. Your heart, your choice.
If you could just finance a car, life would be so much easier. And with BuyRider, it can be. Now's your chance to get a great deal on a car, along with a great warranty or optional service plan. BuyRider has helped more than 1 million people with credit challenges get financing and get into a reliable vehicle. So hurry in to check out our inventory and start moving forward. Begin your online application today at buyrider.com.
First round action of the women's 4A NCHSAA basketball playoffs. A reminder, stay tuned for the Anchor Auto High School Hoops halftime report. We'll have an interview with the Garner principal, Carter Hillman. That's all coming up with first half highlights and more right here on MyRDC. 18-18, 5 minutes remaining here in this first half. 3 big threes by Athens Drive in this second quarter. 2 by Poe, the other by Zotter. And the Jaguars have drawn even. And Garner's been a little bit lax with the basketball here. And that shot from Wilkins to the top of the glass, but an offensive rebound and a putback. Geralt now has 5, and there's a turnover midcourt on the big hang time and wingspan by Wilkins. Yaku tries baseline, a no-look handoff, and that leads to another Garner turnover. Yeah, with the Garner turnovers, Jay, we've seen them basically on the high level of creativity. For the Athens Drive turnovers, just simply trying to break the pressure. This is Zotter. Cuts across the lane, got to the hole, banks it a little bit too strongly. Rebound Wilkins. Lead pass, Hicks runs right into the chest of Malik. Count the bucket, it's a blocking foul on Malik. Well, Malik thought she was in pretty good position there. But the finish by Hicks and a free throw coming.
And again, Garner looking to push the pace. And the focus after the contact is still knocking in.
And the free throw by Hicks rolls in. 3-point play. And there is heavy chest-on-chest contact and a left-handed finish by Hicks. She has 5 now off of the bench. And Garner with 5 out of the timeout with a 5-point lead. Meanwhile, a foul going on Garner going against Hicks. That's number 2. On shooting, the Jaguars will throw in. Well, the head coach, Allie Stevenson, first year as the head coach here for Athens Drive. 4 torn ACLs in her playing career, 1 in high school, 3 over her career at Meredith College, a Division III basketball squad in Raleigh. Played only 38 games in her collegiate career because of all those injuries in the rehab. Here she is leading this Athens Drive squad into the playoffs in her first year. Patient set, Zotter, a whistle before the shot attempt, and it's an offensive foul on Athens Drive. And the call will go against Malik. And Jay, that is number 2 on Malik.
Yeah, the foul trouble starting to really add up for the Jaguars, and they're again going to have to be extremely careful after Garner. Keep attacking, keep trying to rack up these fouls and get them in more foul trouble already. But the Jaguars, as we see here coming out on this possession, setting up for a 2-3 zone defense.
3:40 and counting for the opening half. Skylar Brown, number 11, on the floor for Garner for the first time. Little pump fake there from 3 by Brown. Ball poked away by Poe and regathered by Brown. Athens Drive a little more active defensively, especially Poe, as she's roaming all around the top of that zone. A good box out, deflects right back into the hands of Skylar Brown. Tough break for the Jaguars, but sticking with it, Skylar Brown, and Garner extends to a 7-point lead.
Well, Athens there did such a good job boxing out. They didn't go and attack the basketball. You've got to box out and then go attack it to make sure you cut off the defender.
Foul called against Brown, number 1. 6th foul on Garner, so the last non-shooting foul for Athens drive. 25-18, Garner up by 7. Again, these teams met once in the regular season, non-conference. The Jaguars played without Zotter, who has the basketball now, and Garner beat Athens Drive by about 18 points. But Zotter here tonight in her first game against Garner this season has knocked down a couple of threes already. Malik threads one through right in front of the rim, and a terrific finish by Murray. Beautiful vision by Hannah Malik.
The pass was unbelievable, but then Murray, the vision to see the ball and then be ready to shoot it and knock it in nice as well.
Garner, meanwhile, quickly, and a wild shot by Wilkins finds the bottom. Wilkins now has 6. Practically indefensible shot. 27-20, Garner. Malik around a screen, freed up, lost the handle, but still locates Frank, who misses a wide open jumper outside the paint. Garner quickly in transition. Kyaku attacking, lost the handle, right to Brown. The extra pass, Afinian, yes. 10-point lead for Garner, just like that.
And they can score in a hurry. It's almost like they thrive on the pressure and the up-tempo pace. And it looks like they're really starting to get into a rhythm, starting especially on their defensive end, creating these turnovers.
And that shot would not have counted had it fallen. The foul goes on Brown. That'll be number 2 on Brown. And they called that an on-the-floor foul, I believe, so it would then be a 1-and-1 now for Malik. Malik about 80% this year from the line. And the front end is in. It's a 9-point game. But point well taken what you just said a moment ago. It does appear, watching Garner in person, they thrive on the chaos.
You know, we saw them pregame, Patrick.
And that's a compliment.
Yeah, no, it's where they feel most comfortable. We were here pregame about an hour and a half before the ball game, and they were out on the floor practicing, but it was almost like a full-speed scrimmage running up and down the court like it was a ball game. So they got out here and, again, really feel comfortable with this pace.
Here's a long jumper that is missed off the sideline, and that will go out of bounds. Good effort to keep it alive by Athenian. 1:51 left in the first half. Mulaney Associates Family Dentistry, providing the best dental and orthodontic care to families and individuals in Raleigh and all across North Carolina for more than 39 years. Garner in the white and blue. Athens Drive in the orange and blue. 30-22. Garner by 8. Final couple minutes of this first half. Malik, another hard take. Shot blocked from behind. Stays with the Jaguars, but what we're seeing now from Malik, she's had a difficult time getting clean looks on the perimeter. They're putting the ball in her hands, and she's trying to attack the rim.
Yeah, and she's attacking. The tough thing is Garner, with all their height, you know, they're kind of folding off their men, and they're jumping in the lane to try to block that shot, so they're really just collapsing down on Malik.
Wilkins commits the foul. Number 1, Garner is over the limit. And there's a look at the first-year head coach, Allie Stevenson, whose squad finished 3rd in the Tri-8. Front end is good from Zotter. One more Wake Med free throw presented by Wake Med. Wake Med Health and Hospitals, our patients and their families at the heart of everything we do at Wake Med. Zotter makes a pair, and the Jaguars looking for a late half surge. They've cut a 10-point deficit down to 6. And that one is thrown away. A steal by Frank. And here come the Jaguars. Frank nearly lost the handle. Locates Malik. Deep 3 is missed. And Wilkins, shoulder to shoulder against Zotter. Passes it away. 3-pointer off the front rim is missed. Offensive rebound by Garner, and that one is thrown down.
Second chance opportunities, that's what's enabled Garner to have this lead right now. Offensive rebound, knocking down that second shot. It's kind of been a pattern for them, along with the fast break.
And there's the reply. Malik, her first made 3 of the game. One of the top 3-point shooters in the state over the last 3 years. 32-27 Garner. Inside 50 seconds ago. But I don't think the Garner Trojans know how to tap the brakes. They will take a quick shot, and Moses delivers. That's 5 straight from Moses, and Garner goes up by 8.
The 3-point shot, what an impact it's had. here tonight already. Athens Drive really most of their success behind the three-point line, then Garner with the reply there.
And now Garner misses a three, offensive rebound, and a strip down low by the Garner Trojans. Final 20 seconds. Kyaku creating, got to the front of the rim somehow, and knocks that one in.
She just has the body control, the speed, and the skills to knife her way through there, continue to get to the rim.
Final 5 seconds. Garner by 10. Malik attacks one more time and is fouled with 1.4. And she will head to the line. A reminder, stay tuned for the Anchor Auto High School Hoops halftime report and interview with the principal here at Garner Magnet. That is Carter Hillman. First half highlights and more. It's literally a moment away. 37-27. Garner leads by 10. And the first of two missed by Malik. There's been 9 very arduous points in this opening half for Hannah Malik. Shots have not come easily. Makes 1 of 2. So Garner gets it in, clock begins. That's a long 1.4, and the shot is missed anyway. And Allie Stevenson saying, how could 1.4 take so long? And we are at halftime inside the Trojan Coliseum. It is the opening round of the 4A Women's North Carolina High School Athletic Association playoffs. Garner at home, up by 9 at the break. Garner 37, Athens Drive 28.
I bet you've never seen a sandwich do yoga before. Introducing the new Papadias for just $6. Better ingredients, better pizza, better than a sandwich. Papa John's.
It's the Hyundai President's Day sales event. Hurry in for monumental savings plus a mountain of Hyundai's best benefits. For a limited time, lease a Hyundai Tucson for $219 a month or get an Elantra with 0% APR for 72 months. Now with complimentary maintenance.
Modern Mechanical, your go-to people.
Trained comfort specialists, professional consultants, trained technicians, residential replacement, commercial construction, and excellent customer support. Call Modern Mechanical because it's hard to stop a train and because
We are
your go-to people. Call today or visit modernmechhvac.com.
This is a show where every word counts. Really? Yeah.
Wild dog.
Weeknights at 11 on MyRDC 28.
This right here is the new Papadia, which, if I'm not mistaken, is Latin for better than a sandwich. Even has a better pickle. Get a new Papadia for $6. Better ingredients, better pizza, better than a sandwich. Papa John's.
And now it's time for the Modern Mechanical Scholar Athlete of the Week. And presenting the award from Modern Mechanical is Jason Lawhorn. From Athens Drive High School, the Modern Mechanical Scholar Athlete is Hannah Malik. Malik is a team captain of the varsity basketball team and varsity lacrosse team. She's a 3-time basketball all-conference selection and the team's all-time leader in three-pointers made. Malik is a member of the National Honor Society, National Math Honor Society, Key Club, and Family, Career, and Community Leaders of America. And from Garner Magnet, the Modern Mechanical Scholar Athlete is Tia Moore. Moore is a 3-year varsity basketball team captain, a 4-year member of the varsity basketball team. Moore is among the state's leaders in block shots and is a member of the National Honor Society. Congratulations to our Modern Mechanical Scholar Athletes of the Week, sponsored by Modern Mechanical, your go-to people for heating, air conditioning, and electrical service.
I got hurt in a car wreck, and the insurance company wanted me to take what they called a smaller walkaway settlement, but I knew better. I called Brian Ritchie.
In my experience, insurance companies almost always try to avoid paying injured people what's fair. That's why you need to call me. I don't get pushed around. We got a client who was in a car wreck and hurt their back, $250,000.
Brian Ritchie, one for me.
I'm attorney Brian Ritchie, and I want to win for you.
Call 1-800-222-2828.
The problem with hanging on to the past is when you're always looking back, you can't see what's coming. Forward collision warning with emergency braking assist. Standard on Sorento SX, Telluride, and Sportage. Part of Kia's tough and ready lineup of SUVs. Right now, get 0% APR or $3,500 customer cash on the purchase of a new 2020 Sorento V6.
You're watching the Anchor Auto High School Hoops halftime report. Back here courtside with Jay Sunhalter, and we've got the principal of Garner High School, Carter Hillman, with us. And welcome back. And Carter, great to be here on such a big night for your women's program, have an opportunity to be televised in such a big game.
Well, Jay, I appreciate you having me out here. We're really excited to have TV coverage. This is our first home women's basketball game in state playoffs since 2006. They've come a long way in just the first 2 years. They made playoffs last year, lost in their first round. We're hoping bigger things this year.
Yeah, and this season has been so successful for the women's basketball program. Your men's program as well has had a great year.
Had a huge game on Saturday night, an overtime win over Apex Friendship. Moved them from the 9 to the first seed. Real excited about having them and seeing what they have performed there. They have night off, a little bit of rest before they get busy on Thursday night. Hopefully you've got a good run going in for that.
And how much fun is it for you being the leader of this school to see what athletics does for these student athletes?
There's no comparison. When I was in high school, I was an athlete, and I think that just makes a symbiotic connection between when you have these student athletes performing, the students come out and cheer them on. It just creates an energy within the school that you just can't produce in any other way.
Well, Carter, thank you so much for your time, and we look forward to a great second half here, and we'll be back after the break on High School Hoops.
When you recycle plastic bottles here in the Carolinas, you're a job creator. Your plastics are first sorted by a team of 100 at Sunoco. Then a crew of 38 at Southeast Grinding turns those bottles into flake. The flake then becomes pellets at Easy Products, which employs 35, and those pellets are turned into fabric by the 195 employees of Palmetto Synthetics. Recycling plastic bottles here in the Carolinas employs an estimated 3,500 people. Your bottle means jobs.
In our hands are the very latest implantable devices and the most advanced technologies. In our care are patients who come to us for innovative procedures. In our hearts are a passion for cardiovascular care and compassion for every life we touch. WakeMed Heart and Vascular Physicians. Your heart, your choice.
I've always used color as a way to express myself. Rooms to Go definitely makes that easy. Pops of color can define a space, while simple neutral tones create a different feeling. Rooms to Go has all these options, so be confident in your choices and have fun finding what complements your style. Timeless neutrals or a bolder palette to bring out the energy in a room. And the best part, you can do it all within budget. Are you ready to add some color to your world? Come see what's possible at Rooms to Go.
Back inside Trojan Coliseum, watching the Anchor Auto High School Hoops halftime reports. Special night in what could be the final home game for the seniors and the senior cheerleaders as well. Prom is coming up here at Garner, evidently. 37-28, a 9-point lead in a date with the Athens Drive Jaguars. Patrick Keene is Jay Sonhalter, and Jay, as we watch some first half highlights of a very intense Garner Trojan squad, what stuck out to you in the first 16 minutes?
Just how fast they were playing and how physical they were, and the turnovers they created really led into their game plan, creating easy shots in transition and then slowing down the Athens offense. They couldn't get it past half court sometimes because they're really stingy, especially in the backcourt.
We'll see what adjustments we see out of Allie Stevenson and Athens Drive. They couldn't get a lot of clean looks for their star, Hannah Malik. Zotter did make a couple of threes, but again, the transition buckets, that was really detrimental for the Jaguars a couple of months ago. And some late threes in that second quarter by Poe off the bench. And here's the second of her two. And that helped to bring Athens Drive back into the game, but Garner surged away again. They're leading by 9 at the break.
And when Athens could protect the basketball, they created some really nice shot opportunities with their ball movement, shooting with confidence. Athens Drive with their 3-ball got them back in the ball game. It's going to be so important for them, especially coming out of the halftime break, to cut into this lead and gain some momentum.
A lot of fans enjoying this one tonight on a fairly warm late February night here in Garner. Second round action coming up in a couple of days. The winner of this one will get the number 2 seed Wakefield. And by virtue of their fantastic season, they earned a bye. Here, look at the first half stats. Garner shooting just below 50%. Athens Drive, 8 turnovers and 25% shooting. Big, healthy rebound edge as well for Garner.
That's what created those second chance opportunities and a more efficient field goal percentage. 15 for 31, that's outstanding. Athens Drive to 7 for 28. Now, they're pretty good from beyond the three-point line, but it was inside the arc. Dealing with the height of Garner, that's where they had some trouble.
All right, we're coming back. Third quarter action on the way. 9-point lead for Garner, 37-28 from Trojan Coliseum.
There are moments in life you just can't miss. Maybe it's just around the corner, or years in the making. Wherever you're going, you need to trust your vehicle to get you there, or there. Trust that your car will keep you safe, your family safe. Creating trust in your vehicle means having a relationship with your auto repair shop. At Murray's Tire and Auto, we've been creating trust for over 30 years. Murray's Tire and Auto provides the security you need to get your car safely back on the road. Because we don't want you to miss those moments. Murray's Tire and Auto. Reliable, trustworthy service. It's our way of life.
This is a murder mystery of epic proportions.
You get this picture of a jealous guy, thinks she's got a lover, and bang, she's dead.
What possessed you to do that?
Could this be a murder for hire?
When you've got something that was this bad,
somebody's got to pay.
Dateline. Weekdays at 12 on MyRDC.
The fans getting ready to watch this third quarter as Garner has a 9-point lead, trying to move into a second round tilt with the number 2 seed out of the East. That is Wakefield. Southeast Raleigh, the top seed in the East, and Mallard Creek, the top seed out of the West. Playoffs just beginning tonight. Early 4A women's basketball bracket here in the state of North Carolina. Athens Drive in the orange and blue, down by 9. Again, only 25% shooting from the floor, but they did knock down 5 threes in that first half. They kept them within arm's reach. And there's an interior pass leading to a turnover, ripped away by Swin Bastion, number 24. And then we get a foul on the escape going against Murray on Athens Drive.
And for Athens Drive, Diaby's out of the ball game, starting off over on the side with those 3 fouls. Athens playing it safe right now, try to eat in some of this time so they can bring her back with her height later on here in the third quarter.
The stats day that we saw at intermission, 9 turnovers for Garner, 8 for Athens Drive. But points off the turnovers and where on the court those turnovers occurred really led to a lot of damage against Athens Drive. Jumper missed by Bastion, and a loose ball rebound grabbed by Poe, and then she lost the handle over the sideline. So Poe gets the start in the second half, along with Jayla Murray. Diaby with 3 fouls. Malik is out there in 5 in orange with a couple of fouls and 10 first half points. Zone defense for the Jaguars. In and out 3 off the sideline by Moses, and the rebound to Zotter. Well, for Athens Drive, cutting down the turnovers is central, and they just cannot allow those quick bursts offensively by Garner. That helps. Third 3 of the game by Maddie Zotter, and it's a 37-31 Garner lead.
Malik drawing the defense to her, creating open opportunities for her teammates, and Zotter taking advantage of it.
This is Bastion. This is out of the corner. Offensive rebound by Chanel. She cannot knock it down from short range. And here comes Malik. Head down, dribbling ahead. Jump stop. And locate Zotter with the hot hand. Frank throws out front, read by Kyaku like a book, and lays it in with the left hand. We've seen that about 4 times in this game. Great anticipating move by Kyaku, breaking up that pass and then controlling it for the fast break layup.
She's got awareness, and also when she's not guarding, when she's off ball, she's keeping her eye on the ball and on her man and can just jump in there.
And this is Poe, long with a 3. Kyaku tight ropes the baseline and comes away with the rebound. And again, just a sophomore Kyaku, already over 1,100 career points. Got to the rim, missed the shot, but there on the follow is Chanel. And Garner reclaims a double-digit lead. The take by Malik, can't scoop it in. Shot blocked away from behind, and there's Kyaku coming out of there with it. 3-on-3, but she'll attack anyway. Right past 2 defenders. Currently, Kyaku leads to a timeout taken by Allie Stevens and the Jaguars. A steal at midcourt by Kyaku for a fast break layup, and just 3-on-3, no trouble. Not with that vision and acceleration.
And you almost have to double team her to get the ball out of her hand. And again, when she's going at full speed, it's almost impossible to slow her down. We'll see here coming up the court. Someone's got to stop here. Poe comes over to slow her down, but then she can just knife through there because she didn't get fully trapped. And that's just where you see the agility and, again, the awareness of where she is on the court to create a shooting opportunity for herself.
So now a real key moment for Allie Stevenson and the Jaguars as they trail by the biggest deficit of the game, down by 12. Well, meanwhile, for William Stigler and the Garner Trojans, fantastic story about him. We talked about him earlier in the game. 23-year member of the Army, reached the rank of first sergeant. He actually was teaching the senior ROTC program at Duke University. But here's where he's been stationed over his 23 years in the military. Fort Sill, Oklahoma. Fort Lewis in Washington. Fort Hood in Texas. Then he was a recruiter for the Army in Denver for a time period, and deployments in Germany, Korea, Japan, and Iraq. And here he is now in his 2nd year leading this Garner program. So we thank him for his service. He's been with the Garner program for 7 years. He's 5 years as the JV coach. But they have high aspirations, not only this year, but especially next, with the great lower level young talent on this Garner squad, certainly led by number 2, Kyaku. But they are now kind of picking off some talent here in the southeastern Raleigh area that are now coming to Garner Magnet instead of going to the number 1 seed in the East Southeast Raleigh. He feels like he has a real opportunity over the next year or 2. He was getting a little bit greedy early before the game, saying, we want to be a number 1 seed next year.
And that's the aspirations of all coaches. But how about the talent in this area, whether it's Southeast Raleigh, Garner, or this whole region as well? A lot of talented basketball players and great coaches as well with these programs, rising up and really showing off what powerful seasons they've had.
Meanwhile, Whistle Bro and Walter Savage talking it over with the other officials, and I was coming over to the scorers table to explain. He's asking about a potential replay on the baseline here. It's going to be a team foul going against Garner. And the basketball belongs to Athens Drive. And again, Walter Savage, in his 48th year as an official here in the state of North Carolina, now explains to William Stigler. So he's applying a team foul on Garner, not an individual personal foul. And I think Walter's now come to the Athens Drive bench and saying, I couldn't exactly see against whom the foul was called, but a foul is called, but this won't be applied to a player. And on the inbound pass, that's beautifully executed by Malik and the Jaguars.
And what a turn there. That was the right call with the foul against Garner. The ball going back to Athens after the reversal, coming out with that out-of-bounds play to Malik. Beautiful conversion.
Deflected pass by Malik, can't get to it because of the quickness of Kyaku. Flips it to the baseline, Bastion. And Diaby back in the floor with 3 fouls, and that's why.
And that's the difference. With her height, able to wrestle that rebound. So important for her to stay in the game and stay out of foul trouble.
Zotter left open, the find by Malik. And here come the Jaguars again, down by 7.
And she's on fire right now. Malik creating that again by dribble penetration. And then Zotter making Garner pay.
Kyaku on the baseline, the reload, yes. That's 12 for Kyaku. 45-36, Garner by 9. Here's Malik, hitting Poe off of the wing. That's off the mark. Trojans rebound, Chenault. But I will say this for William Stigler. He's going to have to get his defense out of this zone, running these three-point shooters off the line because they're doing a good job controlling Malik. But with Poe and Zotter, they are just as lethal.
And Athens is starting to get into rhythm with this offense, with Malik driving in, getting the defense focused on her.
And here's the take by Malik. There's a foul. The help defense rotating a little bit late. And that foul on Bastion.
And a good read by Malik. She's past couple possessions driving in, defense stopping her, dishing it out. Here she saw the open lane and attacked the rim.
Well, when we talked with Allie Stevenson about Malik, she's the quarterback, she's the leader, such a smart basketball player, realizes maybe her best asset tonight is going to be creating and dishing. Getting to the free throw line is Malik. But again, she recognizes that her teammate Zotter is shooting well. Poe, very capable as well. And that's what it takes to win postseason playoff games.
She's so versatile and well-dimensional with her rebounding, passing, and shooting.
And ready for one more Murray's Tire and Auto free throw. At Murray's Tire and Auto free throw line, Murray's family-owned and operated for over 60 years. 45-38, some backcourt pressure by Poe, but called for the foul. It's her first. Here at the midway mark of this third quarter. The Jaguars of Athens drive just won't go quietly. Trailed by double digits twice tonight. They're back to within 7 and playing with some confidence here. Active top half of the zone. Kyaku to the foul line, spinning as Afunian, and she will roll it in. It's a nice kind of mid-post move to the strong hand on the left. And one more time, getting all the way to the hole. Shot was missed. Chip try won't go from Diaby. Got it back one more time. That one hit the front of the rim. And the rebound run down by Kyaku. And look at her accelerate pass two. Jump stop to the hole. Taking on the whole defense and just missed. And a foul on Athens drive. That was an impressive take by Kyaku. 1 on 5, and she still got to the rim and nearly an acrobatic finish. 3:24 left third quarter. Garner at home, up 9 on Athens drive.
Patrick Swayze. Dirty Dancing. I'm going to set the opening bid. Party. Confetti.
Store Bullseye.
Target. This is a show where every word counts.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wild Dog.
Whoa.
Weeknights at 11 on MyRDC 28.
Gallery Furniture is having a store closing sale and everything must go. Gallery already had the best prices on quality furniture and now they're even better. Everything in the store is slashed to sell. Living rooms, dining rooms, bedrooms, kids furniture, everything must go. No reasonable offer refused. So what are you waiting for? Grab the family and head to Gallery Furniture, 721 North Brightleaf Boulevard in Smithfield, only a half mile from the outlet store. Don't miss the Gallery Furniture Store closing sale.
After my car accident, the insurance company just kept dragging their feet. Then their offer wouldn't even cover my medical bills. I knew that wasn't right, so I called Brian Ritchie.
In my experience, insurance companies almost always try to avoid paying injured people what's fair. That's why you need to call me. I don't get pushed around. We got a client who suffered a brain injury in a car wreck, $400,000.
Brian Ritchie won for me.
I'm attorney Brian Ritchie, and I want to win for you.
Call 1-800-222-2828.
9-point lead for Garner, 47-38. Almost 3.5 left in this third quarter. And time for the Lane and Associates Family Dentistry Smile Camp. We love to make you smile. 2 out of 3 ain't bad. 3 out of 4 right there. The other one is too busy texting. Probably smiling and face-talking. Meanwhile, the Garner men's squad, a #1 seed in the East. And playoff action begins, I believe, tomorrow on the men's side. So congratulations and good luck to the Garner Trojans men's basketball squad. The women's team in the opening round up by 9. A 3 out of the corner missed by Brown. And the rebound controlled by Zotter of Athens Drive. So here's Hannah Malik. 14 points in the game, but she's been at her best driving and distributing. Poe out of the corner, got past a hole, and the shot blocked from behind. It stayed inbounds. Diving to it is DeLeo. And a timeout has been taken by the Jaguars, saving possession. Very nice work by Allie Stevenson there before DeLeo could be tied up. She knows just how important possessions are at this stage.
Well, you can see the hustle. Diving out on the floor just shows you how much the Jaguars want to get back in this game. Poe going in, driving hard. Some contact right there. Then the ball just kind of dribbling around there, no man's land. Then here's the hustle.
Well, as we talked with Allie Stevenson before the game, I asked her what kind of player she was at Northern Nash in Rocky Mount, where she grew up. And again, with those 4 ACL tears, I only know a couple of players, even in major college women's basketball. Jamie Carey comes to mind from Texas and Stanford, who suffered 4 ACLs. Tara James, who played at NC State years ago, I believe had 3, but she had 4. But I said, what kind of player were you? That play we just saw from Poe really epitomizes probably the way that Allie Stevenson played. She was a blue-collar player, pass first, but dive on the floor, get loose balls, and be kind of the leader on the floor by example.
Well, and just the ability to come back from those injuries. I mean, those are grueling injuries, long rehab, and still coming back out there each and every time after those setbacks, fighting a way through to get back on the court. You know, it's a tough injury, but the mental part of it is tough too, and she obviously overcame that.
And the rehab is grueling. Just to go through it once. She went through it 4 times, once on her left knee, 3 times on her right. Athens Drive basketball trailing by 9. Zotter left open for some reason and came up short on a 3. One of her best looks of the night. And a mismatch, lack of rotation right there by the Trojans defense.
And Garner's got to communicate on that. Lucky she missed that. She's been on fire. But for Zotter, she's got to keep shooting that shot.
Mims out front against an expanded 2-3 defense. That 3 is missed by Brown. Offensive rebound is corralled by Afunian. And we'll get a foul on Athens Drive. It'll be charged against Zotter. Number 12 picks up her first.
And Athens in his own defense, and so much tougher to box out in his zone because you have an area. You've got to go find your man instead of being in a man-to-man defense where you're right there with her. You've got to really search your area to make contact and then attack the ball.
Brown slithering. Cross court it goes to Mims. Lobs it toward the rim. Not enough on it. Diaby takes it away. And then we get a tie-up, though, as Madison Mims, the freshman, got back in there and got her hands on the basketball. Much to the dismay of Allie Stevenson. 2:22 left in the third. Still Garner basketball on the alternating possession, +9. Brown over to Mims. That ball just pushed away at the last moment before turnover. And Poe, an empty swat at it. Mims throws it down low and too hard, right through the hands of Tia Moore. Well, that's where, for guards who aren't used to penetrating, making those passes, a lot of it is feel. And a 3-foot pass at about 40 miles an hour is not a positive set of ingredients.
Especially for a post player, it's tough for them to be able to catch that ball that close. That's one there where you just want to drive in and take it yourself.
Garner switches into a man-to-man, and we're getting a legal screen out of it. Set by Athens Drive, and that's number 4 on Diaby. Haven't seen a lot of man defense from Garner tonight, but he does catch Athens Drive off guard.
4 fouls.
So Diaby to the bench with 4 fouls. Well, we'd like to thank United Rentals for powering tonight's high school hoops basketball game. United Rentals, you're building the future. We're here to help. Garner by 9, inside 2 minutes for the third. The winner gets the 2 seed out of the East, Wakefield, on Thursday. Baseline take of Finian. Yes, tough angle off glass. And the lead for the Trojans gets into that dangerous territory again for Athens Drive, down by 11. Malik working hard and fouled at the foul line before the shot. It went in but will not count. And the foul will be charged against Madison Mims.
Mims, a tough defensive assignment, playing so hard. And there, the contact gets the foul called, but really trying to slow down Malik and working hard to move her feet.
And now man-to-man out of bounds play for Garner, not allowing Zotter to get free. Malik attacking, goes against a couple of post players, headed stripped, right back to the Jaguars. Poe off the mark for three, working on the offensive glass is Murray, and two hit the deck. And we get some players getting a little bit too close for comfort. And one of the officials, Eddie Gadsden, racing in, and the foul goes on Garner. And a little extra comment for Murray and Athenian.
Look at the competitiveness.
Maybe not, I don't think anything was said, just
the eye contact.
Death stares right there.
Said it all.
Good work by Eddie Gadsden in this do-or-die playoff game. Before anything blew up a little bit. Athenian is a freshman. Murray could be playing her last high school game. She's a senior. Shot blocked away on the inside, and again digging after it is DeLeo, and comes out there with it for Athens drive. And we get a force-out foul on Brown on the sideline. 109 for the third.
And Patrick, the height of Garner is impacting so many of these paint shot opportunities for Athens just with the length, having to shoot the ball off balance and not getting off good looks.
So Brown will depart. Moses back in for Garner, number 42. Had 5 points in a row for the Trojans late in that second quarter. Garner by 11. DeLeo with the count on into Murray. And Anna Poe, Jr., works the point. Through the high post, the back cuts and the foul. And Malik will head to the foul line for the Jaguars.
Murray with the pass on the high post to a cutting Malik.
Well, that's one way, Jay, to break down the pressure defense. Some back cuts, some ball fakes, and that's the first time we've seen that play run by Allie Stevenson.
Well, especially with the denying of the ball by Kyaku against Malik. She did not want her to get the ball. Malik will cut up and then backdoored her for a wide open opportunity.
I mean, there's a tendency, a serious tendency when you're playing as aggressively as this Garner defense is, you're overplaying. I mean, you're anticipating passes. We've seen a ton of deflections in this one. And we may see that a few more times from the Jaguars to stay close. Down by 10. And one more free throw coming up, presented by Murray's Tire and Auto. Family owned and operated for over 60 years. And more sweat wiped up by Walter Savage. He's done everything on the court in his 48 years. 15 tonight for Malik. And cuts it to 9. Garner 49, Athens drive 40. Final minute, third quarter. Yaku plays it up high. Tia Moore past the sideline. Moses off the heel. Long rebound. Kept alive by Garner and picked up by Moore. 40 seconds left. Third quarter. Yaku harassed. This is Athenian. That is Shorts. And Kyaku, a hard foul. Ball is still live and kept on the sideline. Grabbed by Malik. Behind the back. Beautiful feed to the post. And the shot from the baseline is good by Murray. What a sequence.
Unbelievable ball handling by Malik, driving all the way into the lane with the right hand, going behind her back. No look pass to Murray, who executed.
Jaguars screaming for a defensive stop in the final 10 seconds of the third. They're within 7. Kyaku with 6 seconds. No sense of urgency yet. Passes into the corner. Athenian way short. And that's how the third quarter will end, to the applause of the Jaguars on the bench. They're back in it with 8 minutes to go. 49-42. And this Hannah Malik magic bring the Jaguars back to within 7. Fourth quarter from Garner coming up.
Sorrento SX, Telluride, and Sportage. Part of Kia's tough and ready lineup of SUVs. Right now, get 0% APR for 66 months on the purchase of a new 2020 Sorrento.
Well, well, look who's exercising again. Good choice. Eating right, too. Another good choice. Fish, fruit, and veggies are my friends. Oatmeal is good for me, as is staying away from saturated fats. Ugh. They don't call it shortening for nothing. I mean, look at you. You've lost weight, you're back on track, you look amazing, and thanks to you, I'm looking pretty good myself. WakeMed Heart and Vascular. Your heart, your choice.
Modern Mechanical, your
trained comfort specialists, professional consultants, trained technicians, residential replacement, commercial construction, and excellent customer support. Call Modern Mechanical because it's hard to stop a train and because
we are your go-to.
Call today or visit modernmechhvac.com.
Sorento SX, Telluride, and Sportage. Part of Kia's tough and ready lineup of SUVs. Right now, get 0% APR for 66 months on the purchase of a new 2020 Sorento.
Lady Associates High School Hoops presented by Ritchie Law Firm. Back inside Trojan Coliseum in Garner, North Carolina. Opening round action of the women's 4A state playoffs. Final 8 minutes of some careers. 49-42 at Garner. And a three-pointer right out of the blocks is missed by the Trojans. An offensive rebound grabbed by Bastion. And a foul on the interior on Athens drive. And a foul called against Jayla Murray. Now coming on that switch over from the third to fourth quarter. DeLeo, number 2 in orange for Athens drive. Malik, number 5. And Jayla Murray, number 23, the 3 outgoing seniors. Hoping this will not be their final 8 minutes of their high school career. As Bastion heads to the free throw line here for Garner. 50-42. There is that sense of urgency, and it really hits now, right?
I mean, you coming into the season and you feel like you've got a whole season. It goes by so quick, and now this is your final moments potentially. And obviously, you want to win this ball game, but you want to play as hard as you can. And remember these final moments. If it is tonight, or if it's the next ball game, or if it ends in a state championship, you want to play your best for your school.
The Athens drive trailing by 8. Malik with the probably most difficult 16 points of her season tonight. Up fake by DeLeo, and Malik can't launch out of the corner. Gets into the paint. Underhand to Murray, and right back to Malik. And again, no shot clock in the high school women's game, and they will reset at midcourt. Malik has a step, gets to the rim. Shot blocked by Bastion, but right into the hands of Tori Mills. Her first field goal of the game, and it's a big one. Athens drive within 6.
Well, Mills wasn't boxed out with the follow-up. 2 defenders over on Malik. Mills right on the spot.
Here's Kiaku, works in the baseline against DeLeo and threw it away, poked away, and stolen by Mills. Outlet Malik, some numbers here. Murray gets the pass, layup is good. And it's a 4-point game for the first time since the first quarter. Timeout Garner. (50-46) Garner, once led by as many as 11. And a timeout taken by William Stigler, and a little frustration after that timeout involving a Garner Trojan near midcourt. No technical was called, but they are feeling the tension.
Just ran right into Murray, and you're right, did not move out of her path. You can see the tensions piling up. But look at the hustle by Mills coming in off of the rebound on the spot for 2. In this run, the momentum's been caused by the defensive effort. Again, Mills here passing the ball up court. Malik, look at her, keeping her eyes up the floor, and then the finish at the rim by Murray.
That's the first time tonight we've seen the Jaguars get out ahead of the Garner defense, retreating back in transition. Allie Stevenson said that's really not in our team's DNA this year. If it's there, we'll take it. That's the first time they've seen it all night, and they capitalize. 50-46. Garner on top by 4. They're feeling the heat. Kiaku sprints through the middle across the top of the 2-3 zone. At the elbow, Wilkins moving in, the kick out, high arcing 3, missed by Kiaku. Offensive board by Mims, and the Trojans will reset. Kiaku again, little floater on the baseline is good. Another second chance opportunity and conversion by Garner. That has been a killer against the Jaguars tonight.
And they continue to attack the boards in flurries.
And this is Zotter, and he's called for a walk. It's probably either a travel or a charge. And Eddie Gadsden called her for the walk instead. 6:13 left in regulation. Garner 52, Athens 46. This is the 15 seed Trojans, the 18 seed Athens drive. The winner gets number 2 Wakefield 2 nights from now. And there's a reply on a turnover. This one is a walk on Wilkins.
Both teams having some mistakes. Who can take advantage of these opportunities? Points off of turnovers, and who can protect the basketball? It's probably going to determine who wins this ball game.
Malik, the ball handler for Athens, takes a screen and attacks. Throws back. This is Mills from the foul line, way off the mark. Ball is loose on the deck. Mills goes down there and ties up Garner. And the arrow will keep it with Athens' drive. Bastion was not going to let loose of that basketball, but credit to Mills. She's been really on the spot whenever a loose ball has been needed to be grabbed by Athens' drive.
It's so much so fun to watch a game that means so much to both teams. You can see bodies diving on the floor. What this ball game, really the importance of it.
Critical turnover here, and now some big numbers. Wilkins, hard of the hole. Murray catches up, and it's a hard foul taken. And now some players coming together, and again, Wilkins needs to be pulled away by her teammates. Jayla Murray walking back with her hands extended, saying, "Hey, really didn't do much." We'll take a look in the replay and see what you saw here, Jay.
So that was a hard foul, but those were the two that bumped into each other at the timeout call, and Wilkins did not move out of her path, and Murray there going in for the foul call. Didn't do any retaliation, but it was Wilkins staring her down afterwards.
A little lecture there by Walter Savage, but again, if you watch the replay, there was not an initial play on the ball. I mean, she kind of barreled into her below the shoulder hard, and then after the initial foul, then she took a swat at the ball. I think that's what Wilkins took issue with, but again, Wilkins and Murray were kind of jawing a little bit at the end of that third quarter. And Murray to the bench for Athens drive. She picks up her third foul. Wilkins, meanwhile, misses the first of two, and this is a really good substitution, taking Murray to the bench, just trying to calm her down. They need her senior leadership and experience.
Well, and Wilkins looks like she's going to be coming out of the ball game as well, so both coaching staffs taking both of them out of the ball game just to get to the sideline and calm down.
And Wilkins makes the free throw. So Wilkins is off. Finian is back in. And now, yes, a little extra coaching by William Stigler to calm down Wilkins. Each of the head coaches needs these players on the floor down the stretch. But the tinderbox has almost been lit a couple of times. 53-46, Garner by 7. Reaching in is Mims, but keeping it live is DeLeo. They play it down low, and a bounce pass is taken away by Bastion. And now we get another whistle and another jump ball. Arrow to Garner. This is getting feisty. It has not been a build to feistiness, Jay. It's been zero feistiness on that meter to about 13 in the last 10 minutes of action.
It went quickly. But as the fourth quarter has come here, you can see why.
This is a three of Finian, yes!
It's a big ball game.
And Garner again has beaten back the Jaguars, who cut it all the way down to 4. It's back to 10. And a little fumble there by Malik. He gets the handoff, and we get a foul called. Hicks was trying to get in front to draw the charge, and will be called for the block. And that will be the 6th team foul on Garner, non-shooting. Third foul on Hicks. And now time of the essence for the Jaguars, down 10. Poe on the bench with a couple of threes early in the game. Malik will take the handoff, swerve across the lane, switch hands, and score with the left.
Such a tough shot with her offhand, going against the height of Garner, and still able to focus to knock it in.
56-48, Garner by 8 at home. And a quick whistle here. And if this one is on Diaby, she's gone. Instead, it's on Malik. Diaby's still out there hanging around with 4 fouls. Meanwhile, Poe will check in for the Jaguars. So Poe is in, and Jory Mills is off. Haven't seen a lot of the minutes for Jory Mills, but high-quality minutes the time she was on the floor in this fourth quarter.
She's been playing great defense as well. Really doing a lot of hustle plays.
At the line is Wilkins. There's one in, one more coming. He's at the Murray's Tire and Auto free throw line. Murray's, family owned and operated for over 60 years. 9 points now for Wilkins, just a sophomore at 5'10". And Garner back up by 10. 58-48 Garner. 4:40 remaining in the fourth quarter. Malik off the screen, shoots a three, and it's shorts. And Garner with the rebound. Finian whips it ahead to Wilkins. Down the lane, runs into a defender, and it's an offensive foul on Wilkins. That was a must in transition defense for the Jaguars.
Standing in there, Zotter taking the contact, and that's tough when you see Wilkins barreling down on selfish play.
And now some full court pressure by Garner. They're trying to face guard Malik. And now Hicks will relent, but he's going to be man-to-man against Malik. This is Poe, pulls up at the foul line, a little bit long, and the rebound, nice control by Wilkins, up the floor, has a teammate up ahead, it's Finian. 12-point lead for Garner as we near the midway mark of the fourth. Malik lost her balance and was nudged to the deck by Hicks. Not much there, but enough. I think Malik was going down on her own. There might have been just a little bit of a kind of hand rub on the hip to help her down.
Very physical.
Both teams now in the bonus. Mills returns for Athens, replacing Poe. Meanwhile, Hicks heads to the bench. Great work by Hicks tonight for Garner. 5 points, but incredibly pesky and active defensively. 1-1 for Malik. He now has 19. Malik now 1,739 career points. Hoping these last 4:02 are not her final high school moments. 10-point game. Garner in the lead and in possession. Final 4 minutes of regulation.
If you're Garner here, you want to slow down the tempo.
And Kiyako, oh, what an improvisation by Kiyako. Knifing in, staying low, and banks one home from short range. Back to a 12-point spread. This is Zotter, baseline attack. That one is stuffed down by Bastion and controlled by Garner. And the sand ticking out of the hourglass for Athens drive. Finian, yes. And a 14-point lead for Garner with 3:20 to play.
She's only a freshman, and she has played huge tonight with her outside shooting and driving to the rim.
Yabi misses for short range. The outlet, there's Finian heading to the hole again with the left bucket, and the biggest lead tonight for Garner. Finian has 16 in her first ever high school playoff game. And Garner has put this one away. 3:04 left. Trojans up by 16 and on their way to the second round against second-seeded Wakefield.
It's the Hyundai President's Day sales event. Hurry in for monumental savings plus a mountain of Hyundai's best benefits. For a limited time, lease a Hyundai Tucson for $219 a month or get an Elantra with 0% APR for 72 months, now with complimentary maintenance.
When you recycle plastic bottles here in the Carolinas, you're a job creator. Your plastics are first sorted by a team of 100 at Sunoco, then a crew of 38 at Southeast Grinding turns those bottles into flake. The flake then becomes pellets at Easy Products, which employs 35, and those pellets are turned into fabric by the 195 employees of Palmetto Synthetics. Recycling plastic bottles here in the Carolinas employs an estimated 3,500 people. Your bottle means jobs.
For projects big or small, play it safe when you plan on digging and call or click 811 3 working days before you dig. 811 is the first step to getting your buried underground utilities like gas, electric, or internet lines located. Having these lines marked before digging helps keep you, your family, and your neighborhood safe. 811 is fast, free, and it's the law. Learn more at nc811.org.
It's the Hyundai President's Day sales event. Hurry in for monumental savings plus a mountain of Hyundai's best benefits. For a limited time, come in and lease a Sonata for just $199 a month.
Back inside Trojan Coliseum in Garner, 3:04 remaining the fourth quarter. This opening round, women's 4A playoff contest. Garner up by 16. We spoke with William Stigler before the game, and he said the future is right around the corner. The headline is the sophomore Kyaku, and we are seeing the coming out party of Amira Afinian, the 6-foot freshman, who has 16 points, along with Kyaku. The future may not be now, but it's coming up the driveway here, Jay, for the Garner Trojan.
And this young talent is going to grow together with height and athleticism.
Big bucket there by Mills. And we will see some full court pressure applied by the Jaguars. Trying to force some turnovers here. Malik takes a swipe, can't knock it loose. And Garner over the timeline. Kyaku knows only one speed, attacks, misses. There's Afinian, and to get fouled. There's a heavy foul taken by Markayla Massenberg. So Massenberg with her second, and Afinian again over the course of her freshman campaign, just a freshman. 5 points, about 4 rebounds. She's 6 feet tall. I talked with her head coach, William Stigler, before the game. Her mom is 6'2", her dad is 6'4". So that gives you a little bit of an idea just how much more physically she's going to develop over the next 2, 3, 4 years, and already becoming a force to deal with. And again, that's what college coaches are looking at, the skill set and then projectability of the body and at what level that will translate to by the time she graduates. An excellent touch right around the rim. We've seen the outside game as well. We get an offensive rebound grab by Garner, and then we get a foul loose, and it's going to be called against the Garner Trojans. And it will be charged against Wilkins. 2:29 left in the fourth quarter. Garner by 15.
Well, Garner was hustling after basketball, but you have to be careful on that situation because now it's going to lead into the clock being stopped. Athens is going to have an opportunity here at the free throw line to try to cut into the lead.
So here's Hannah Frank. Has not scored yet tonight. This will be a 1-and-1, 9th team foul on Garner. And that one is missed. Rebound to the Trojans. Afinian will dribble it ahead. Here she's showing some skill. How about that pass? And Wilkins can't give her the assist. Misses off the left post somehow. But more from Afinian. Wilkins collects the foul. 67-52. Garner by 15. 2:21 left here in regulation. Oh, getting ready for our Lady Associate play of the game. We saw it a couple of moments ago from the sophomore emerging star for the Trojans, number 2, Journey Kyaku. And this is just one of a myriad of moves we've seen from the sophomore tonight. All thanks to Lane and Associates. We love to make you smile. 67-53, first free throw made by Massenberg. And a couple of subs in for Garner. Chenault and Moore return. Wilkins departs along with Bastion. And more coaching because the Garner Trojans and William Stigler believe there's more basketball to be played in a couple of days. And the competition, not that the Jaguars haven't made this one tough here tonight at home for Garner, but the competition will get a whole lot stiffer when you take on the number 2 Eastern Regional seed on Wakefield's home court, and you know that program well, Jay.
Well, and for that program, Donald Williams, the head coach, former UNC star, and also former Garner Trojan from high school. But for Wakefield, they've got a great team, an athletic team, a tall team, but also a rested team here. They didn't have to play tonight, so they're going to come into the second round matchup rested, and having scouted Garner here tonight, they're going to have an idea of some of their tendencies.
So Kyaku at the free throw line. 16 points as she misses the first of 2. Jay, how good was the Wakefield basketball program when you attended?
Well, when I was there, we were in the second year of the school's history, so we were still building, but you could see the talent, the young talent coming into the programs as well as the coaching staffs that we had at the school. So it's no surprise, as it's been almost 2 decades of the school's existence, why they've been a powerful athletic program.
Jaguars not really used to taking quick shots, but they will need several of them here in the final couple of minutes. Malik can't create for herself. Zotter passes it away. We're at 2 minutes. Across the lane, bank shot is missed by Massenberg. And a foul, though, on Garner. That will stop the clock with 1:58. Foul goes on Tia Moore. And Athens drive back to the foul line, trailing by 13. Both teams now in the double bonus. Athens last year knocked out of the second round in the playoffs in overtime. A loss to Holly Springs. Holly Springs, which is in Garner's conference, the SWAC 4A, won the regular season this year. They are a 3 seed and have a bye. 1 of 2. 67-55, and more massive pressure applied by the Jaguars. All 5 in the backcourt. Kiaku loops it ahead, dangerous pass, and is stolen by Malik. Odd man break, 4 on 3. Malik passes away. Zotter for 3. Left it short, and Kiaku the rebound. That might have been the last opportunity for Athens Drive. That goes down. It's a 9-point game with about a minute and a half to go. But now a little keep away and no real look at the Jaguars trying to foul. Now Malik will take one with 1:28.
And Athens got this game down to 4 points here in the fourth quarter, and then Garner, it just seemed like they always had a response. It was going back and forth, but Garner, their backs were against the wall with their defensive pressure creating turnovers. They found a way to stretch out this lead.
So Skylar Brown at the line for 2. And this is about the moment where reality begins to crease the faces of the seniors. DeLeo on the bench right now for the Jaguars. Malik, who's on the floor, and Jayla Murray, number 23. There's 3 seniors on this 15 victory squad for Athens Drive. About to play their final 88 seconds of high school basketball. 69-55 Garner. Malik still believing though. Hard take and a timeout taken by Athens Drive. 1:19 on the clock. 69-57. Garner leads by 12.
Malik so good there to create her own shot. She kind of looked over towards the left, looked like she was going to pass to her teammate, and then sprinted towards the rim to create that separation. Now Athens with the timeout here, they can set up their press and at least try to create a turnover and shoot another 3.
There's 22 points now for Malik. And the beauty of a player with the DNA like Malik, you never believe the game is over. Even though the scoreboard may indicate otherwise, you still feel like there is a chance somehow, some way. And that's a great attitude for Hannah Malik and the program she will be attending next year for Washington Elite. Because especially at that Division III level, you're playing for the absolute love and admiration of the game. And you don't just have one player on your squad like that. You have a roster of 14 with the exact same attitude as Hannah Malik. Garner gets it in, and a quick foul is taken by Zotter. So again, 2 free throws coming up for the Garner Trojans. If they shoot free throws moderately well, they will move on to the second round. So it'll be Mims, the freshman, at the free throw line for Garner. 4 points, all in that opening quarter. And again, the future very bright for the Garner Trojans. Really as bright as next year, but they will have a real opportunity with the burgeoning confidence of Kiaku and Athenian. And you never know what's going to happen in 2 days' time.
Yeah, I mean, when you have this quick turnaround, but you have the momentum from this game, you're a quick turnaround, but the confidence level is going to be soaring.
And the ability to improve is Malik creating down the hole, and that one is swatted into the hallway by Chanel. .108 left, 70-57 Garner. And Malik will throw it out front. Zotter. Handoff, Mills. Stopped in the baseline, dumps it in for Frank, hemmed in, and a pass to the corner, knocked away by Hicks.
Look at the hustle.
I've lost track of how many deflections we've seen from just about everybody playing defense for Garner tonight.
Yeah, I mean, they've been all over the floor. And both coaching staffs have to be so proud of their teams, the level that they're playing with, and again, jumping these passes. Garner, that's something, Wakefield scouting this game, they're going to have to do a good job of being secure with the basketball on Thursday.
Rebound to the Jaguars on a desperation 3. Pass goes to the opposite block, and another one swatted out of bounds by Chanel.
So with the height down low of Garner, Athens has to put up shot fakes. You've got to try to get those bigs up in the air, and then you can go underneath them. But with their height, it's just too tough to get the ball over.
That was deflected off the hand of Zotter, goes into the backcourt, and they're looking for an over back. Zotter now, a heavy attack, and That shot was partially blocked, but a foul on Garner with 42 seconds left. Well, again, college football coaches will say the biggest moment of improvement in a regular season is from game 1 to game 2. When you're talking about freshmen and sophomores like Piaku and Athenian, as Hicks heads the bench as a junior, they're at the end of their sophomore year. They're at the end of their freshman year. They're almost advancing to that next level. A lot of improvement can come over the next couple of years. But don't be surprised if this Garner team is really competitive against number 2 Wakefield. Yes, hostile environment. Yes, number 2 seed. But they're on the rise. They're on the come right now. And they are about to put away a very game Athens Drive squad today. Brown able to control, and she got fouled on the way to the rim by Hannah Frank.
Oh, and with Garner, they've got depth as well. They're going to play hard. They're going to create turnovers on Thursday going on the road. I think the key is going to be protecting the basketball. If you can protect the ball, then create those turnovers and get into transition, you're going to give yourself an opportunity. On the defensive end, you've got height to match up with Wakefield, so it's going to be a fun matchup.
Foul line left short by Brown. Well, William Stigler told me before the game that the goal for his Garner Trojans this year, again, remember, put it all in context. 2 years ago, when Stigler was not the head coach, they went 2-21. They won 12 games last year, got to the playoffs for the first time in 12 seasons. He said the goal coming into this season was to win 17 games. This is going to be their 20th win of the season, and they're not done yet.
They surpassed their goal, but they want more. And, a young team, you never know what to expect, but he's got to be so proud of how they developed and the chemistry that they have.
But it's all now about kind of cultivating the expectation of victory and turning this program around. And again, they have done all the heavy lifting. The foundation has been laid, certainly for Garner. And again, now you'll have kids in this area who normally would have just simply funneled to Southeast Raleigh. They are going to want to play for this program. There are great athletes, athleticism, fun. They love their coach. And when they have some success, that's going to lead to a lot of kids wanting to come play here.
Yeah, winning is contagious, and players want to play for a winning program, and Garner's got it in the right direction and continuing to reach new heights.
70-60, Garner by 10. Mims threads one ahead to Brown. She'll take it to the hole and score. The clock runs with 23 seconds left. And Athens Drive will bring it up. It's in Malik's hands. The outgoing senior with 22 points, make it 24. A memorable last bucket by Malik in her high school career. It's a 10-point game, and Garner brings over the timeline. And we'll see if the Jaguars will foul. They will not, and Garner will advance. 20th win of the season, and they move on to take on number 2 Wakefield in less than 48 hours. So William Stigler's squad continuing to exceed expectations, and they have a date with the 2 seed out of the East. It's a final from Trojan Coliseum. Garner 72, Athens Drive 62.
Love is louder.
Love is louder.
Love is louder.
Love is louder than bullying.
Than hate. Depression. Loneliness. Stress.
Than anger.
Love is louder than
fear.
Anxiety. Insecurity.
Love is louder than discrimination.
Love is louder than abuse.
Love is louder.
Love is louder when you take action to help yourself or a friend. If you or someone you know is having a hard time, go to loveislouder.com to find out ways you can get help and feel better.
I think every room should have a purpose, but living rooms have many. It's a place to work, relax, and just have fun. The right furniture can make that possible. Rooms to Go makes it easy. With sofas and sectionals in different sizes and styles that fit the way you live. So get creative, get comfortable, and always get the most out of your space. And the best part, you can do it all within budget. I'm Julianne Huff, and that's what's possible at Rooms to Go.
Trained comfort specialists, professional consultants, trained technicians, residential replacement, commercial construction, and excellent customer support. Call Modern Mechanical because it's hard to stop a train and because
we are
Your go-to.
Call today or visit modernmechvac.com.
Love is louder.
Love is louder.
Love is louder.
Love is louder than bullying.
Than hate. Depression. Loneliness. Stress.
Than anger.
Love is louder than
Fear. Anxiety. Insecurity.
Love is louder than discrimination.
Love is louder than abuse. Love is louder. Love is louder when you take action to help yourself or a friend. If you or someone you know is having a hard time, go to loveislouder.com to find out ways that you can get help and feel better.
Two years removed from winning 2 games all year, the Garner Trojans are into the second round after a 72-62 victory over Athens Drive. And Jay Sohnhalter is with the victorious Trojans surrounding head coach William Stickler. Jay?
Coach, huge victory here. First round win. Kyaku 16 points. Afinia had 18 points. But in the fourth quarter, it was a close ball game. You guys only had a 4-point lead. What was the difference to stretch out the lead and get the victory?
The difference was I told my players, pass the ball around, make the extra pass. If you're open, take the shot. Simple.
And they followed your directions.
Yes,
now,
they did.
You've got a quick turnaround. You've got a ball game Thursday night against Wakefield on the road.
Yes.
What's going to be the motivation going into that game, and what's going to be the key that you're going to have to focus on to get the win?
Well, the motivation is, as you guys probably already know, this is the first time Garner High School girls have made it to the second round in over 15 years, and that's motivation enough.
And going into that ball game, you guys have had such a great season, but it's been a long season too. Your team has really gelled, and you've got a young team. Going into that second round game with the experiences from the past, has been a long time. Right. What does it mean personally for you to get to the second round?
Well, it means a lot to me. It means a lot to Garner High School. It means a lot to this community because we were always known as a boys basketball school. Now I think my team is changing everyone's opinion right now, so we're ready.
Well, big win tonight, ladies, and we're going to present you with the High School Hoops Trophy. Congratulations.
That is more than just a trophy to signify a win, a 20th win. And for the first time in over 15 years, the Garner Trojans women's basketball team on to the second round. Jay mentioned to Coach William Stickler, they followed your directions. Of course they did. A first sergeant, 23 years in the military. Yes, they're going to follow his directions. 72-62, Garner over Athens Drive. And all of us would like to take a moment to thank the wonderful folks at Lane & Associates Family Dentistry who helped make these games possible. We'd also like to thank our other great supporters of high school hoops on My RDC 28. Ritchie Law Firm, Modern Mechanical, Anchor Auto, Wake Med Health and Hospitals, and Murray's Tire and Auto. We'd also like to thank tonight's participating high schools and their administrators for all of their continued support, Athens Drive and Garner. That's it. Final score from Garner Trojan Coliseum, 72-62. Garner over Athens Drive and on to the second round and the 2-seed Wakefield on Thursday night. For Jay Sohnhalter and our entire crew, Patrick Keenis from Garner, hope you enjoyed the broadcast. Congrats to the Trojans marching on to the second round. Good night from Garner.